Hey there and welcome. Thanks for joining me. If this is your first time to my channel, I hope you consider subscribing. And don't forget to click on that bell button so you can be notified every time I upload a new video. So for today's tutorial, you're going to need one of these buffalo check gray and white blankets and also one of these white drop cloths that you can get at your Dollar Tree in your automotive area. You're also going to go ahead and print out a mitten, the size of your choice. The mitten that I'm using is the size of the actual printing paper itself. So basically about an 8 by 10. What you're going to do is cut out your mitten, and then you're going to cut the bottom part of the mitten off and just trace out the glove part on your buffalo check cover or blanket. And this blanket is actually a lot larger than what I thought. So I'm pretty excited that I purchased a few of them. So stay tuned for a few more DIYs with this blanket because I know these are really pretty colors and it's a really nice fabric as well. So just go ahead and trace out as many as you'd like to use of your mittens. Now to use, trace out one hand, your right and your left hand. What you're going to do is basically trace it out one way and then just flip it over the mitten and then trace it out the opposite way, and that'll give you your right and left hand. What I'm going to use for my tree skirt is 5 of these mittens, 5 mitten sets. So basically you're going to trace out 10, 5 right and 5 left. Once you're done tracing all of these out, go ahead and just start cutting them out of your blanket. Now, when I started doing this project, I started cutting out these mittens and I started thinking of making another project. So you'll see me kind of switch from one to another. But basically what I'm doing here is just cutting out the mittens for my tree skirt. And this doesn't take too long to do. Just go ahead and cut them out. And I do recommend you using maybe a pencil or a lighter color to trace out your mittens. I just use a black because I wanted to make sure you guys could see what I was doing. So once you're done cutting out all your mittens, what you're going to do is get your white cloth and you're going to trace out the bottom of your mitten, the piece that we cut out. So once you're done with that, go ahead and cut out all your bottom parts of your mitten, and then you're just going to simply glue them on to your mitten bottom part. And there you have your mitten. Now I did this for all of them, but like I said, I ended up making 2 mittens and cutting them out, tracing them out, the full complete mitten in the buffalo check. Now what I'm going to do in this one is basically just glue the 2 pieces together. I'm just using my hot glue gun for this part. You can sew it, or you can also even get that iron-on tape and just iron this together and seal it together. But for me, my stockings for my children and what have you, I usually just put some candy and mainly I add gift cards in here. So I wasn't too worried about it having so much weight that it would like pull apart or what have you, just using my glue. So just go ahead and add your glue all around your mittens, closing them in together. And what I'm making is a stocking. So once you're done gluing your entire mitten, make sure the top part of your mitten, depending on where you're going to add your little hook to hang your mitten on, if you want to hang it with your thumb inwards or outwards, basically that's up to you. Just cut out a piece of a strip of white fabric in order for you to glue that onto your mitten. And just go ahead and open your mitten, like I said before, you glue all of it, and then you're going to glue your strip to the side where you like to hang it from. And then you go ahead and add the rest of your glue. You guys, let me know in the comments down below. Do you add like gifts, bigger gifts and what have you inside your stockings? Or are you the type that I am and just add kind of candy and gift cards? So once you're going to glue the top part of your mitten, make sure you put something in between so they won't glue together, because the fabric is kind of thin and you don't want the hot glue to seep into the other side. So just go ahead and glue, and I only glued the white furry top to the front part of my mitten. I didn't add it to the back. Now it's time to decorate this mitten. So just go ahead and get whatever kind of ribbon you'd like. I'm going to use this glitter silver ribbon that I got at Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to glue it to the top of my mitten, and I'm gluing it all around on both sides. I think this is such a cute idea for anybody who's going to give out like a hostess gift or something like that, or even the Secret Santas. You can add, like I said, your gift cards in here, or some funny socks or anything like that. And it'll be a cute little kind of gift bag, or you can use it as a stocking itself. This is something really good if you have kids that are still in elementary and like to give gifts to their teachers. You can add some really pretty lotions or what have you in here as well. So once you're done adding your ribbon of your choice all around your mitten top, go ahead and make a bow. And I'm using the silver to make a bow. And I'm just going to add the bow to the top of my mitten, the corner where I'm hanging it at, or hanging it from. Now get a different smaller ribbon and go ahead and make a shoe tie knot, and just go ahead and add that to the top of your other bow. Now what I decided to do is go ahead and grab one of these bells. And these are the larger, well, not the huge ones, but I would say the medium-sized ones. I believe there's 9 in a package. So just go ahead and run the string that it comes with through the bell. And then I just tied the bell, the string like a few knots to make sure that the bell doesn't move around. And then I went ahead and made another knot on top to glue it onto my bow. Now I didn't like the way that looked, so what I ended up doing was adding another bow on top of my ribbon from my bell. And this DIY right here didn't take me maybe 10 minutes to make. So this is a really fast and easy, and I think really pretty DIY you can do for all sorts of gift giving ideas. So just go ahead, once you're done with your bow, add whatever you'd like. I'm adding one of these little diamond shaped crystals that you can get at Dollar Tree. And there you have it, a cute little stocking mitten. I think I'm going to make these for all my children this year. Let me know in the comments down below who you're going to make one for. Okay, so now back to the real project. So what we're going to do is, thanks to Burlap Fabric for sending me this beautiful, large burlap tree skirt. I'm so happy because my tree for my living room is actually a 10-foot tree. So I needed a larger tree skirt. And this is just a perfect size. And I'll leave their link down below in case you want to purchase this tree skirt or any other products. They're all really great products from Burlap Fabrics. So just go ahead and add your mittens to wherever you'd like on your tree skirt. And once you're happy to where you place your mittens, what you're going to do is start gluing your mittens onto the fabric itself. And I'm also going to use the same white ribbon from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to basically attach the ribbon onto the burlap tree skirt as well. And another trick, make sure you add something on the bottom when you're gluing anything onto the fabric, because it can seep through and it'll just end up gluing onto your floor. So just go ahead and start adding glue to your ribbon. And what I'm doing is basically making it seem like they're just hanging around the tree skirt. So I'm kind of making little hoops and loops around with my ribbon and attaching this rope from one mitten to the other mittens. This was kind of hard for me to do until I got the hang of it, and then I just kind of went through them really quick. I was just trying to figure out how to place my ribbon to where I could glue it onto the actual tree skirt itself. You guys, let me know in the comments down below. Do you use tree skirts? I know some people don't. I love them. I think it makes the whole tree, once you're done with it, especially when you don't have any presents underneath the Christmas tree. At least we don't. We usually add our Christmas presents underneath the Christmas tree the day before or that night of Christmas Eve. We've always had that tradition in our home. Do you guys have any kind of traditions like that? Do you guys still add your Christmas presents as you purchase them, or do you kind of hide them and save them until Christmas Eve or Christmas morning to add them underneath your tree? My children are a lot older now, and I still do it, and I think I'll always continue to do it that way. So once you're done adding your ribbon, just go ahead and start adding glue to your mittens. And you just continue doing this, adding glue to your mittens and then adding your ribbon in between your mittens, and then continuing to add glue to the rest of your mittens until you're completely done with your tree skirt. And here's a close-up of how I'm adding my ribbon in between my mittens. Basically, I'm adding a little dot of glue onto my ribbon, placing it underneath one of my mittens, and then stringing the ribbon to the other side of my other set of mittens. And I just glued the ribbon in little sections, basically just adding a little bit of glue and just kind of letting it fall wherever it wanted to, and then just trying to glue it that way. I made both of these projects, the mitten stocking and also this tree skirt with all these mittens, and I only used half of that gray blanket. So like I said, that blanket is a really nice size. How many Christmas trees do you guys place around your home? I'm kind of curious to know, because I know I've placed them quite a bit in different areas of my home. Well, this is the way they look in the close-up. What I ended up doing was adding a bow in between each one of my mittens. And that ribbon is the white glitter ribbon that you can get at Dollar Tree. And I just simply added it in between each one of my mittens. And here's a final look of my tree skirt. So what do you guys think? I hope you guys enjoyed these DIYs. Until next time, you guys stay blessed. Bye.